Hey, what's up, man? How's it going? Hello, welcome in. How are you guys doing? I'm doing pretty good. It's been kind of a lazy weekend for me. I haven't really been doing too much. I've just been chilling. It's good to hear, Spectrum. It's midnight in India, so I was going to sleep, but yeah, there's quite a bit this time. So if it's midnight over there, you might want to get some sleep at some point, but we'll start here just in just a moment once we get some more people in. This isn't like as much stuff as like some of the past few months, but it's a pretty good sized little news segment this month. Seems like every year there's more and more diecast events, and there's always like tons of stuff shown off, so also, can you guys tell me if how the music volume is, or if you can even hear the music? The BMWs are going good. So a couple months ago, I bought a 1994 530. It's got the 3-liter V8, which, as far as I know, for the E34 chassis, it's like the less desirable engine, and it's got an automatic transmission, which is kind of meh, but it's good. I've been working on getting it running. It runs pretty good. I'm just trying to figure out some idle issues, and the E30 runs beautifully. No issues with that car, so they're both doing pretty good. Yes, it's weird too, because like some of it, there's so many different wheels that came stock on a lot of these old BMWs. So my uh my E34 didn't come with BBSs, but it does have silver like basket weave wheels from factory. I forget what brand it is, but and when I was going to buy the car, I actually did think they were BBSs, and then I was looking at them and I was like, oh, they are not. Actually, I wonder if I have a photo I can show you. I don't think I have a good photo of it. I'm gonna need to take some pictures of it. Anyways, we got diecast news, so let's jump into that. I think we've got enough people in here now. So, yeah, so Spectrum already called this one. So these two models right here have been canceled, and just like the Red Bull Oracle ones that got canceled, I don't know how long ago was that, like 1 or 2 months ago. These ones are canceled due to licensing issues. And the statement that was posted said, "We regret to inform you that due to licensing issues, the following 2 items will be discontinued. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience this may cause." So these are both the Kick Sauber C44s, and these were from the 2024 Chinese Grand Prix. So, yep, they're gone. I don't know why there's been so many issues with Formula One licensing lately. I know like drivers switch teams and then they don't want to advertise for like a one driver for a team they no longer drive for, I guess. But like it's at this point, I feel like it's in the past, it's historical. Like I don't really understand why that's a big deal. Like it's just a snapshot of the car and driver and event from whatever year or race that was. So I don't know. But yeah, these two are canceled. I think that's the only thing that's been canceled though. It was just these two. We did get some new pre-orders though. So this one was July 6th. Actually, today's Sunday. We should be getting a pre-order from Mini GT tonight, maybe. It's also possible that we don't. I'm not exactly sure because they did post a pre-order. What's today? The 19th, like 2 days ago, for some Hyundais. So I don't know if that counts as like this week's pre-order or not. But yeah, we do have this one though from the 6th. Spectrum. All we need are more GTRs. That's all. GTRs, huh? I feel like we've gotten a lot of GTRs if you're talking about Nissan. And we are getting one here. So yeah. First off, the Lamborghini LB Silhouette Works Murcielago GT Evo in the Advan livery. It's pretty nice. I think this casting's been pretty well received. I think people are liking it. It's a pretty good one. The Porsche Carrera GT in silver. That one's going to be really nice. It's got color on the interior, which is something that I've been wanting Mini GT to do more and more of, and it looks like they are. So that one's going to be really exciting. We've also got another color of the Toyota Velfire 40, the Cole kit. I think there's two different versions of it. So there's the Velfire and then there's the Alfred. I know there's actually a black one releasing soon. I think it's the Velfire. I don't think they've done any Alfreds yet, but I could be wrong. But nice gold metallic color on that one. You know, I'd also like to see the Carrera GT in black and yellow. I'm sure they'll do it. There's a lot of, I think there's quite a few colors they can do for it. And typically Mini GT likes to get the money worth out of their casting with like the recolors and whatnot. So I bet black and yellow does come. And that would probably be one of my favorite, like more favorited specs of it as well. So we shall see. But then we also got a Mercedes-AMG GT3. This is the one from 2025 Bathurst. I think there's several brands that have done this one now. Tarmac Works, Kiloworks, Mini GT. I think Para 64 did it as well. So lots of options for this particular race car. And then we got the Aston Martin Vantage GT3 Evo. That one's from 2025 IMSA Daytona. I think this is the first release of this casting, no? Actually, I think the Mercedes-AMG might be as well. But I'm pretty sure this is the first Vantage GT3, so that one's going to be really nice. And then last but not least, Spectrum, an R35 for you. We got the Nissan GTR Nismo 2024 Tsukuba production car lap record, and this one comes with the Sugio Matsuda figure. It is part of that collection, so that one's pretty cool. It looks to me like the car is the same as the one that we already got, just the regular release of the Stealth Gray GTR. I don't think there's going to be any differences in the casting, but I mean, I could be wrong, but it looks the same to me. But either way, it's pretty cool. I dig the Sugio Matsuda collection. I have all the regular releases so far. They did a couple event models. One of them was Tokyo Auto Salon 2025, so last year. And then there might have been one other one. I can't remember, but I dig them. They're pretty cool. So that's that pre-order for July 6th. And then we also got some new James Bond stuff here. So we got the Citroen 2CV from For Your Eyes Only. This one looks really cool. And then also the Lotus Esprit S1 from The Spy Who Loved Me. Both are great movies. I have seen them both now. And I really dig the cars from James Bond. So yeah, there's those. And then this was the pre-order I was talking about a few minutes ago, July 17th. This is part of the Korean car collection, which is kind of a big thing that Mini GT announced. I have a slide kind of talking about it here in a sec. But yeah, 3 cars here, all Hyundai. We got the Ioniq 6N in Performance Blue Pearl. We have the Ioniq 5N in Performance Blue Matte. And then the Hyundai Veloster N in Performance Blue. I am so excited for the Veloster N. I don't think you guys realize. Yeah, I did say that, Spectrum. I have been wanting a Veloster N since like 2020, like 2019, 2020. I saw one at a dealership in Texas, in San Antonio area. It was red with the black accents. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. And yeah, I don't know if I'll ever have one, but it, like, if I went out to buy like a newer car, I would totally pick one up. Sorry, my wife is texting me. I live in Korea and our entire community is really hyped about these releases. That's awesome. I'm really hyped about them too. So there was some talk that they were going to be kind of exclusive to Korea, South Korea, and I don't think they are, because Mini GT's regional exclusives have never really worked well. Like, usually anytime they do like an Australia release or like a Korean release or something, they typically end up like leaking out globally. So I don't think they're actually going to be South Korea exclusive, but I do think it's really cool that we're getting a Korea car collection, which I think is mostly just Hyundai and Kia, right? Are there any other major car manufacturers in South Korea? Okay, okay. So the Spectrum is our good friend Diecast GTR Garage. He's in the chat. I didn't realize that was his YouTube username, and I was like, how does he know all this stuff? No, I don't really collect modern F1. Um, it's not that it's not for the reason that like I don't think it's cool or don't like it. It's just never really gotten into modern F1. I really like the classic F1 stuff, like Mini GT Senna collection that they've been doing. That stuff is really cool to me. So I probably won't be buying any Formula One stuff from Spark or anybody else. But I imagine there's probably some other reviewers that do make videos on them, though. I would hope. Anyways, moving on, Kaido House, we do have one pre-order here. So the Volkswagen T1 Street Battle Spec. That one's kind of interesting. That kind of reminds me of like a ship. But Nissan Skyline GTR R32 Seri version 1. Another BMW M3, this one in yellow. It does look like it has some purple seats in there, which is kind of interesting. And then a Chevy Silverado Dually Kaido Koi V1. And then also the second release of their BBS tent set. So pretty cool pre-order from Kaido House. Again, Kaido House is another thing that I just don't really collect a lot of, or any at all. No, I didn't get the... Oh, yeah, I did get the 7-Eleven one. I do have it here. I'm not sure if I'm going to make a video on it. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't really like it. I'm pretty much, like, right now, I'm pretty much just keeping it for, like, the real photos of the car on the box, because I do think that's cool. And I do really like Larry Chen's E30 build, so I'm keeping it for that reason for now. But, yeah, not a big fan of the model. Hey, what's up? Welcome in. I just went too far. Okay, so here's the Korean car collection. I believe they had an event where they kind of showcased it. And there's some information here. But from what we're getting right now, there's going to be a total of 28 car models. And it's just going to be like a bunch of different, like, really cool, more niche Korean stuff. And I'm very excited for it. And they also showed off a bunch of pictures of this stuff as well. So I'm excited for these. I'm a big Hyundai fan, so. And I think we saw photos of this stuff at a recent event as well, but I don't think they showed off as much of it. And I really like these Hyundai trucks. Like that DHL one is really cool to me. And there's also like some police cars and like emergency responder vehicles too, which is really neat. So I'm excited for this stuff. I also hope they do a facelift version of the Elantra N too. They did a facelift. I think it was in 2024, and I much prefer the new design of the Elantra over the old one. And plus, for those of you that don't know, my dad actually went out and bought a Hyundai Elantra N. He got it in the cyber gray, and I think his is a 2026. It might be a 2025. I can't remember, but man, those cars are fast. They are very, very quick. And Fast and Furious stuff as well. I think we've seen most of this also. They showed it off at Malaysia Diecast Expo. That was kind of like when they did their big like reveal slash, not launch, I guess, but like the big reveal of it. And I don't think there's anything new here. I think we've seen all this, but everything looks pretty good though. Oh, YouTube's like bugging out on my end. Can you guys still hear and see everything fine? Just had like a big lag spike. Okay, cool. All right, so we'll move on here. We did see some, I can't remember where these photos were from. I think Mini GT just did like a showcase event at their flagship store in China. And so they kind of showed off just some of the same stuff that we've been seeing from like some of the past events. Hey, welcome in. Greetings from Germany. That's awesome. It's crazy how many people there are from all over the world. That's always one of the things about like doing this channel and like just the diecast hobby in general. It's like it's literally global and it's really cool. But anyways, we got the Porsche 911 Carrera RSR Turbo here. This thing is going to be really cool. I'm looking forward to seeing a finished version of this one. And yeah, just a lot of stuff we've already seen though. It's got some BMWs and some Lambos here. And some JDM stuff, of course. Looks like these are RX-7s up at the front, right? FC RX-7s. I'm not sure what kit is on them, but they look pretty cool. And I can't remember if we've seen them before. But yeah, lots of good stuff here. There's some of those Toyota Velfires, some more Liberty Walk stuff. It looks like we're going to be getting the Liberty Walk Mustang in Advan as well. There's the Murcielago that just went on pre-order. And I guess that was it for Mini GT. So getting into Tarmac Works, we got a pre-order announcement for the end of June. I think this hit like right after last month's news video and whatnot. So we got these. This is a Hobby 64 pre-order. So we've got a couple Porsches. This one on the top left, DTM 2026. Really like the red and black livery on that one. And then we also got the 2025 DTM Champion as well. So a couple cool Porsches there. The Bathurst 2026 Mercedes AMG GT3. This one was sponsored by Tarmac Works. And it was, it's actually an Initial D collab, which is pretty cool. It's kind of like an anniversary collab. This one's going to come with some Tarmac cards and what looks to be a very large base. So that one's probably going to be quite large and probably quite a bit more expensive than normal Tarmac Works stuff. But either way, it looks pretty cool. We also got some Liberty Walk, some more, another GTR for Spectrum up there. And looks pretty good. I really like with Tarmac Works Liberty Walk stuff that they've gotten the stance down. If you look at the wheels on this R35 right here, they're they've actually got some camber on them, so I'm curious to see how that translates on the actual models in hand. I'm not going to be collecting a ton of them, but they definitely do look pretty nice. You're waiting for their 997.2 GT3 RS. That one's really cool. I'm really excited for those as well. I think we've got like 4 colors of those on pre-order now, right? There's going to be a bunch of them. They look pretty good though. Hopefully the quality and detail on them is sufficient. But yeah, we've got, we also do have the LB Silhouette Works GT Mira. I am a little bit bummed with this because these aren't licensed by Lamborghini. They're just Liberty Walk, which for the Mira I kind of get because at this point I don't really think that is a Lamborghini anymore. So like, I get it, but it also just, I don't know, it feels bad. Because I'm a stickler on licensing, but I don't know, we'll see. I might not collect many of those because I also just really do not like the Liberty Walk Mira. I don't think it looks good personally. But yeah, and then last but not least, Toyota GR Yaris Rally 1 Hybrid. That one's from Rally Saudi Arabia 2025. And pretty cool livery on that one. These, I feel like these Yaris rally cars have been in the works for way too long, and we still have not got any released yet, so... Anyways, moving on, we do have another pre-order for this month, July 2026, and some pretty cool stuff here. So, a few Porsches. We've got 2 more colors of the 911 GT3 RS Monty Racing version. So this is number 3 and 4 that we've gotten on pre-order so far. Last month, I believe we got the white and black ones. But yeah, so we got one with white and green, and then also a red one with a Pirelli logo on the side of it. These are made by Mini Champs. These really don't have anything to do with Tarmac Works. I don't know how many people realize that, but they're made by Mini Champs, which I think Mini Champs is made by Spark. I could be wrong. But yeah, Tarmac Works, really the only thing that they have to do with it is they promote it and sell it through their distribution is pretty much it. So I'm curious to see how these are. Usually Mini Champs does have pretty good quality. I do have a handful of their models, and they're, for the most part, they're all pretty nice. So I'm excited for these. We also have a Porsche 928 S4 in gray. That one looks pretty good. So the regular version is going to have the headlights up, and then the Chase will have the headlights closed. We also have another Chimera. We got one last month as well. This is the Evo 37. I believe they have an Evo 38 version too. I think Chimera does 2 different ones. And I can't remember if we've gotten a 38 on pre-order yet. I think they've all been Evo 37s, but yeah, I don't know if they'll be able to do it in the Martini livery though. I don't know if they'll, I mean, they might be able to get the licensing and whatnot, but yeah, I'm not sure. That would be cool, though. It would be cool to see, like, a throwback racing livery on it. But yeah, I'm excited for those. I'm a big fan of the Lancia 37, so the Chimeras are pretty interesting. We've also got Mitsubishi Lancer GSR Evo 3 in red. Mitsubishi Charisma GT Evo 4. Mitsubishi Charisma? Is that a thing, or is that like a typo? I've never heard of a Mitsubishi Charisma. Is that like a version of the Lancer? Mitsubishi Charisma. So it looks like the Mitsubishi Charisma is a car. Like, it is a car that exists, but I don't think that's what this is. I'm pretty sure this is a Lancer. How weird. I wonder if that means that, or am I just wrong? Am I wrong? Is this a Charisma? This is a Charisma. Okay. Interesting. I've actually never heard of the Mitsubishi Charisma before. But yeah, that's what that is. I'm pretty sure anyways. Okay, well, cool. Mitsubishi Charisma GT Evo 4 from 1997 RAC Rally. So that's pretty interesting. I'll have to look more into that and do some research on that. But anyways, we do have a couple Nissans here as well. We got a Skyline 2000 GTR in silver. That one actually looks pretty good. And then a Nissan Veilside FFZ 400 Fairlady Z. And that one's going to be in midnight purple. So pretty good pre-order here. Lots of exciting stuff. They also did put this on pre-order. This is kind of part of their like Disney collection. Personally, I'm not a big fan of this stuff. I'm sure there's a market for it, but it is, I am not part of said market. So yeah, Toyota Sprinter Torino AE86 wide body. This is the John Sabal kit on it, and it's in a Steamboat Willie livery. So there's that. They also did release a couple 7-Eleven Tarmac Works, and yeah, they've done this before. They actually do a lot of models for 7-Eleven. It kind of bugs me sometimes because they do a lot of cool race cars, but yeah, a couple GTRs. The black one actually is full carbon fiber, and it does look quite nice. But yeah, there's those. We've also got this right here, which is an event model for the Art of Speed Malaysia. I don't remember exactly when this event is, but that's going to be Tarmac Works event model for it. And then moving on, we did get some stuff from their live stream. They usually do a live stream like once a month, and they just kind of show off some... Felix shows off some cars and stuff they're working on. So there's some Liberty Walk stuff here. Got the Liberty Walk Supra and the Liberty Walk Silhouette R34. And then also these down here, these are Nissans. I think they might be 180SXs. I can't exactly remember now. I remember I looked on the description of the post when I saw it, but I don't remember exactly what they are. But yeah, pretty cool. There's some race cars here. So a Mercedes-AMG GT3 and a Porsche 911 GT3 RS. And then one of those Toyota GR Yaris rally cars. Up next, Trends Hobby. These are a couple event models that they have. So these were both for the Model Car Show Malaysia 2026. What do you think of the new Chimera K39? I don't believe I've seen it, actually. Chimera K39. Let's see. Dang, that thing looks pretty... Okay, so that is in a Martini livery. Yeah, that looks pretty crazy. So that's for Pikes Peak. Did that already... Did Pikes... Oh, okay. So that actually raced at Pikes Peak in 2025. I don't think I've seen this before. That thing looks pretty crazy, though. Anyways, back to Trends Hobby. So... Like I said, event models for the Model Car Show. We've got a Lamborghini Huracan GT3 Evo 2 from 2023 DTM. This is very similar to the two that released already. I don't really think there's a whole lot of differences here. So if you got both of those, probably don't need to get this one. But it is definitely a different car. And then, yeah, the Porsche 918 Spyder. It looks pretty good in red and black. Not really my preferred color scheme for it, but it does look pretty good. I'm really excited to get the black and like what was it, like acid green ones that are coming out. Those are going to be cool. So yeah, there's those. They also did announce. I think this is the same thing. No, this is two different things. So this is two different announcements. So they announced a collaboration with Absolute Racing for 2 new cars. The one on the left is a Porsche, of course, and it's also a collaboration with the Keith Haring Foundation, so it's got like that art style on the car. And then on the right side we see a Lamborghini, and this is also an Absolute Racing car, and it's going to be a dinosaur themed collaboration with Jean-Michel Basquiat, and I assume it's going to be his artwork on that car. So 2026 China GT season. I'm sure we'll get pre-orders for these at some point. And then up next, there was a couple events that happened over the past few weeks. There was the Model Car Show Malaysia, and then there was one other one. I don't remember exactly which event it was, but Trends Hobby had some displays, and I think we've seen most of this stuff before as well. I do have something to say about this Porsche right here, though. This is the 917K, right? No, it's not the 917. I don't remember exactly which one. No, that is the 917. It's not the K, though. Anyways, Porsche 917. It's going to have opening parts. I saw some photos of it. And I'm not really a big fan of these hinges on the roof right here. Um, Panel gaps also don't look very good. Granted, this is just a resin prototype, so I'm not really judging panel gaps. But I assume they're going to keep this hinge design when they translate it in diecast, and I'm just not really a big fan of that. I think it doesn't look very good. So we'll see what they do. Maybe it won't be as bad as I think it will look once it's painted and everything. But yeah, anyways, pretty nice stuff here. Audi R8, Porsche 911 GT3 RS. Actually, I wonder which 911 GT3 RS that is, because they've already released some. But I've also got some stuff here. So a couple Nissans, we've seen these before. They've got an R32 and an R34, Bugatti Tourbillon, and then Audi RS6. So, and then they also showed off just like some other stuff, like some other completed samples that they have. So more liveries for the Porsches, the red and blue Coos one right there. I believe we got that one from Tarmac Works too. And then we also, I know for a fact we got this 75th anniversary one from Tarmac. So I'm glad that they're doing stuff that Tarmac Works has done, because I definitely think these are better than Tarmac Works, right? Like I don't think anybody would disagree with that. So it's these will be good replacements for those. But anyways, Lamborghini at the bottom also looks really good. I don't think we've gotten that one on pre-order yet, so hopefully soon. But here's some more stuff. There's the Ultraman Huracan. I think those are actually releasing like now. Like we should be getting these soon. So that's exciting. We've got some more Toyota Land Cruisers up at the top. Just some more Porsches down here. There's that Iron Dames one, which looks really good. That one's on pre-order too. And then more Huracans over here. This one, front and center, is on pre-order. I'm not sure if this one in the background is, but it does look pretty cool. So there's those. More Porsches. More of these Monty Racing ones. They look really good. So there's those. And then here's kind of like an overall display that they had. I think most of these, a lot of this stuff's on pre-order. Some of it's not. Some of it's been released already, like those Taycans. But yeah, pretty nice stuff overall. And then there's some of their racing stuff as well. So yeah, I'm really excited. I really like Trends Hobby. I think they're doing really good with their race cars. Their regular, like, stock cars they're pretty good. I think they definitely have some room for improvement, but their race cars are like crazy good. So is LCD Revuelto matte black rare now? I can't find it anywhere. I don't think so. Have you checked like AliExpress and eBay? There's also a seller based in China. They have a website called Small Ants. I think he's still got them for sale too. I could be wrong, but I think he's still got them too. Anyways, here's another photo of all those same samples. There's the Lamborghini Countach and the Lamborghini Miura in the background. Those are going to be awesome. So there's those. Some closer up photos. Miura looks really good. It's got the opening front and back. So hopefully the panel gaps are nice and tight, and we'll be set on that one. So getting into AR box. So it seems like they're just going to keep re-releasing these Ferrari F80s, which honestly I'm fine with, because they're expensive, and when you have an expensive item that is hard to find, it just pushes the price up even more. So yeah, they released this one at the Model Car Show Malaysia. I actually do have this one on pre-order. I ordered it from the official BBR store. I put in my pre-order for it like 2 months ago. At the time, I think they only had like 160 available. So their release of it was pretty limited on their website. But I actually just finished paying like the deposit for it, and it should be shipping now. So I'm really looking forward to reviewing this one when it comes in. So hopefully there's no issues with it. I think I've only had something shipped from Italy one time before, and it went pretty smooth, so I'm not worried. But anyways, we'll see how that goes. They also did announce that they are going to be a title partner for, I think it was the Porsche Carrera Cup in China. And so this is kind of like their presentation model for that. There's going to be 2 different versions of it. I think I have the pre-order right here. 83.1 is going to be just the regular release, and then 83.2 is going to have the big base and like the special packaging. So, and I think that one's limited to 992, which is pretty fitting. So there's that one. And then there's also, they announced this as well. They're going to be making this in Diecast. So that one's pretty cool. And then they also announced this Evangelion version as well. So lots of good stuff coming from AR Box. Their Porsche 911 GT3 RS casting is actually pretty good. I do like it quite a bit. So it's good to see this stuff coming out. Oh, this is actually a cup version. So it's pretty cool. As far as pre-orders for AR Box, they also did this one right here. This is, again, 911 GT3R. I don't know why I keep saying RS. These are the Rs. But yeah, another Absolute Racing version. Seems like Absolute Racing just has a ton of models being made by everybody. So there's that. Oh, there's also a chase version of it too. That's what this one on the right is with the gold chrome. I don't think anybody really cares about the chases for these. But there's that. They also put this one on pre-order. Pretty nice livery. This reminds me of like the Lamborghini Huracans that used to race in Super GT with like the red and white and then the red and green. It's kind of what this reminds me of. But this is like, all of these cars seem to have like a ton of AR Box sponsorships on them. Like this one right here has AR Box sponsoring. This one, that one doesn't, but yeah, I guess AR Box is doing pretty good in the racing world. Their collaboration with Absolute Racing seems to be proving quite fruitful. So there's that one. And then we also got this one. This one's really cool. So this is like teal and pink, like cherry blossom vibes. This one's from China GT 2026. Looks pretty good. And then also this one, Pagani Zonda. I can't pronounce this word. Cinque. I think it's pronounced Cinque. Coupe. So 2009, it's in Bianco Beni. I don't know if that's an accurate translation. AR Box does struggle with their translations sometimes, but yeah, this one looks really good. Definitely going to be picking up at least one of these Cinques. I don't know if I'm going to collect. I don't know if I'm going to do every color because I think they've already got like 5 colors in the works for this one. I might wait until the orange or the lime green come out. I probably will skip the white one, but yeah, these castings are insane. They're so good. This is like the pinnacle of diecast in my opinion. So anyways, there's those. We've also got some Mercedes AMG G63s, a couple different colors. So we've got one in opalite white and one in obsidian black. These look pretty good. I want to get my hands on one of these from AR Box, at least one version of the G-Wagon. I want to see how good they are in person. But yeah, there's those 40 and 41. And then we also got this, the Yangwang U9X from Goodwood Festival of Speed. And yeah, this one's limited edition to 2,026 pieces. Looks pretty cool. It looks pretty cool, though. It's got the Goodwood banner on it. So I'm curious to see how much these will cost. I think these will just be like their normal retail price. I don't think these have any opening parts or anything, so they shouldn't be too crazy. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. And then we've also got stuff on display from these past events. Like I said, the model car show, and then I don't remember what the other event was from. This is the model car show, and what else? I don't know why I can't think of it. But anyways, we've seen a lot of this stuff from AR Box as well. Lots of their Porsche race cars and just regular Porsches as well. So we've got some 911 GT3 RSs right here, the 991.2s, and then the older spec in the back as well. They look really nice. So some RWBs. I really like that pink one. RWB 930 Southern Cross. Looks pretty good. Also Land Rovers and Range Rovers. They've been doing really good with these. I actually got a couple of their Camel Trophy ones in not too long ago, and they were fantastic. Like, they kind of blew me away, actually. A lot better than the Mini GTs, but they still didn't really make the Mini GTs look bad, which is a good thing. It's like a nice balance. So there's those. We've also got some dirty versions as well. I don't know if these kind of look like the same 2 versions that were already released, just now like with the dirty treatment. So I'm not really sure how exactly if they're the same, but they do look really good. But then the question is going to be, do I need to collect the dirty versions and the regular ones, or not? Because I don't really want to like double up cars with like different like levels of dirtiness. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, but these look pretty good. We've also got some BMWs. We've seen a lot of this stuff before too. They've got some of the SUVs right here. We've also got the F33 series. That one's actually an M Sport version. So seems like they're gonna do like a bunch of different versions of like all the different BMWs, which is really cool. Like they're doing specs that nobody else does. Like most everybody does the M versions. They're actually doing a lot of like non-M variants of some of these cars, which I think is really cool. So there's those. Got some more Porsche, some more BMW here. Those E46 M3s look really nice too. So there's those. Going into Motor Helix, we've got some event models. I think were these all for the model car show? I think so. But anyways, we've got two RWBs. The gold one was like the regular event model, and then I believe this black chrome one is like the chase car. They've got this Nissan Skyline R34 set. That one's really cool. That one's also very exclusive, 150. Not very many of those. And then they've also got a couple different Honda Integras, the DC2 and the DC5. Both of them are Mugen specs, and those are in black chrome as well. So lots of chrome for their event models, which I don't personally care for, but and then I think we've got some pre-orders for Motor Helix as well. Thailand Diecast Expo, that was the other event that I was forgetting. So they had a couple exclusives for that one as well. So they've got this Honda Integra here for that, this one in gold chrome, and then they also had this set right here. So Civic Type R and an Integra Type R in gold chrome. So they also have these right here. So these are Indonesia exclusives. I don't think these are event models. They're just Indonesia exclusives, but a couple Moon Eyes Honda Civics. They look pretty cool. So there's those. And Motor Helix has been kind of weird lately. Same thing with AR Box. I've noticed that some of the stuff that's coming out from them, they don't put on pre-order until like the model is releasing. So like Motor Helix made a bunch of posts with these cars that I'm about to show, including this silver Mazda. And like it was kind of like a pre-order post, but it was also kind of just like a release post. Like I don't remember ever seeing these go on pre-order. Maybe it was, well, I mean, we've been covering the news for a long time, so I mean, maybe they came on pre-order a few years ago, but I highly doubt it. But anyways, yeah, these are released now, at least the next few slides. So Mazda MX-5 Miata, there's a left-hand drive and a right-hand drive version. It looks, they've got a couple different like top options. The headlights come up and down. So there's those. We've also got these three right here: Nissan Skyline GTR Nismo customized, one in blue, one in silver, and one in white. And then we've got these two, the Alfa Romeo 8Cs. Like this is one that I don't ever remember seeing a pre-order for, so I don't really know what happened with that. It seems like they just like released them with no pre-order, but I don't know. Anyways, black and silver. I actually did skip both of these. These don't really call out to me as far as alphas go. Kind of boring colors, but anyways. They also did release this one. I think this one did go on pre-order a while back, but I could be wrong. Mazda 787B number 18 from 91 Le Mans. I did pick this one up. And so that was the end of the stuff that is seemingly released. Now we get into like the actual like pre-order stuff. So we've got some Audi RS4s right here. These are the 2005 B7s. And they're doing one in Army Girl Purple Pearl, which that's weird to me because isn't that that's an RWB thing, right? So why is that color being used on the Audi, and why is it being called that? I'm not really sure. But anyways, we've also got one in gray pearl and one in deep green pearl, which I actually do think both these colors look pretty good. So those will be nice to see. We've got some Nissans, some more GTRs. This Nissan GTR R35 customized version. Usually they'll like do like aftermarket wheels or something and then call it customized version. Apparently Nissan's okay with that. Nissan's been getting really strict on their licensing lately, so But anyways, yeah, this one is in midnight purple, and it also has a chrome purple chase version. So there's that, and then they also have the same exact thing, except in sunset orange, which is actually a really nice color. I actually dig that. And then, of course, the chrome orange chase for this one. So there's that. We've also got some Subaru Impreza wagons. These are the WRX STI version 6s, and they're both in Cusco liveries. And every time I hear that, I think of I forget the movie, but what movie was that? It's a Disney movie. There's a character called Cusco. Anyways, so there's those. Also, another Mazda 787B on pre-order here. This is the white and green Elfini version. Also very cool. I feel like you have the Renown version, you have the white and blue one, and then you have this one. I feel like that's all you really need. I think after this one, I won't get any more of them, but I don't know. We'll see. I always end up buying stuff that I know that I don't need. So, anyways, moving on. We also do have another pre-order for an Alfa Romeo 8C. This one is, it says it's customized. I don't really know what that means, but it's Rosso with black and gray stripes. So there's that one. Couple RWBs as well. The blue one is a 993 and the purple one is a 964, and they're both in chrome, and apparently they have some sort of crazy chase version too. I don't really know how you make a chase of a chrome car. Maybe like a different color chrome. Is there like a super chrome? I don't know. Anyways, there's those. And then here's some photos from the recent events. There's like a big overhead shot of one of their little displays. And they've got some cool stuff. Prototype samples. Again, I believe we've already seen this before. A lot of these brands haven't really been showing off a lot of new stuff. They've just been showing progress. Emperor's New Groove. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. Thank you, Gavin. But yeah, lots of stuff we've already seen before. So the R34 silhouette. They've all got like crazy opening parts, which I've got some photos at the end we're going to kind of discuss. But their Motor Helix's opening parts are kind of scaring me. So we'll see how it goes. But there's some RWBs with the Koenigsegg's in the background. And then here's some of the Paganis as well. Might have to sell my Tomica 787Bs in exchange for Motor Helix. I think that's a tough one. I was going to say I think you should, but it's tough because the Tomica limited vintage ones are kind of just like legendary, right? Like they've been around for a really long time, and for the time they came out and the fact that nobody else was doing them, they were really cool. And if I remember correctly, the Tomicas also have really cool box art too. So I don't know. I definitely think the Motor Helix is the better model in terms of the 787B. I don't think there's any debating that, right? But the Tomicas also just have that cool factor to them. So I don't know. That I'm gonna leave that one up to you, Gavin. I really don't know. But anyways, some more stuff here. Lots of prototype samples. Ford GT down at the bottom is looking fairly good. R35 right here, and then there's some other miscellaneous things up at the top. So on this top right picture, I think I've got another photo of it in a few slides, but this Lancer right here looks like a Time Attack car. No? Is that not a Time Attack car? I hope it is, because I feel like Time Attack is very like we don't get a lot of it in diecast, and I think it's because a lot of them are just like one-off builds, and so it's kind of expensive for some of these companies to design and produce them. And there's probably like licensing issues too, I imagine, but I hope that's a Time Attack Lancer, because that is really cool. And same thing for this Civic right here too. That kind of looks Time Attack-esque as well. So yeah, interested to see what those actually turn out into. But here's some of the Koenigseggs and Paganis. And like I was saying with the opening parts, I'm starting to kind of worry about their Koenigseggs too. The panel gaps aren't looking too good on their samples. But anyways, there's some more Mazda 787Bs, speaking of the devil, and some RWBs as well. There's the Elfini and blue ones right there. They look really good. See, and then they've got like a bronze, like copper chrome one, and then a raw version, and then they have the test car over there and this silver one. I feel like I don't need any of those. I feel like I just want the actual liveries for it. Oh, there's actually two different versions of the white and blue one. There's the number 56 and the number 18. So yeah, there's those. We've also got some, like a bunch of Lancers. They have like a massive lineup of Mitsubishi Lancers. And there's one in particular that has caught my eye. It's this white one down here in this HKS livery. This reminds me of like that old like 90s like styrofoam cup design. You guys probably know what I'm talking about. Like it's like the old like retro wave like teal and purple type of design, and I think it's really cool. I don't know if I've ever seen it on a car, but I actually do really like that. I think they had it on a Skyline at somewhere in here as well. But lots of good Hondas here. I really like this Pennzoil Acura NSX or Honda NSX. Looks really good. There's some Miatas up here as well. Lots of Honda Civics. And then here's some of their Nissans, more Hondas. There's some S2000s down here, an Integra. Yeah, there it is. That's the one I was talking about. They've got an R34 in that same HKS livery, which I think is really cool. And then here's some other close-ups. This was either from a different event, or this might have just been Motor Helix showing off their models as they do from time to time. I think this was from one of the other events. But yeah, more Lancers. I really like this Winfield Racing Lancer down here in the bottom left. That one is pretty cool. Overall, pretty good stuff. There's close-ups of these two right here. Is that not like the old school, like retro design? I don't, like, what is that design even called? Like, does that design have a specific name? I don't think it does. I think it's just like one of those like ball knowledge things where like if you know, you know. But anyways, so there's those. Couple pretty interesting colors on these R34s as well. Got one in like a green color and then one in like a mint teal type shade of blue. And then here's some more of those prototypes. There's that Lancer again. That really does look like a time attack car. I hope it is. I really hope it is. But yeah, I don't know what these two on the left are. I have no idea. They look like they have some sort of body kit on them, and it's a little bit hard to tell. But they've also got some motorbikes here as well. It's called Jazz? What? That retro design is literally just called Jazz? Oh my god, you're right. I'll have to try to remember that now. Cool. Okay, so let's get into this opening parts talk. So here's some samples of the Motor Helix Koenigsegg. I believe this is the Koenigsegg 1. This might be just this might be an Agera actually. But either way, the panel gaps around the doors look really bad to me. And I get that's kind of the gimmick they're trying to go for, is have like the doors and the front and back open. But they look, it is the one, okay, thank you. I don't know, these panel gaps look rough around the doors. And also this panel gap that goes across this front right here also does not look very good. The back looks pretty good. Like this whole back panel doesn't look bad at all, but the doors and the front section are looking a little bad. And I'm pretty sure this is like the final sample version of this particular one. Like this looks painted and everything, like all the carbon fiber details. And I just kept holding out hope that like, okay, once they get ready to start releasing them, they'll get all that stuff fixed. And I'm still holding hope out for that, but I don't know. They're not looking too good to me so far. But anyways, there's that one. Also some Pagani stuff. I think these photos were just Motor Helix showing off their progress with some castings, but the detail level on this one's insane. Again, I don't really know how I feel about the opening doors. The panel gaps on this one don't look too bad. Like on this side profile, like doesn't look too noticeable. Maybe a little bit right here behind that wheel, but this is also not like a finished sample. I'm trying to only judge the ones that are finished samples, because when they're in like the resin form or like the first diecast prototype state, it's a little bit hard to judge them. But and also here's the 4GT. This one also kind of same thing, like really big panel gaps. So yeah, I don't know. I hope they smooth all this stuff out. I really do, because I really do enjoy these models, but yeah, I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. Then there's also the Liberty Walk Silhouette RX-7. Opening doors, front and rear parts are going to be opening. Like, on a model like this, I don't see what the point is in having opening doors. Like, I don't really get it. Maybe it's just not for me. But yeah, looks pretty good. Again, really big panel gaps around the doors. I think the doors are like the main area of concern, right? I think without the opening doors, I think they don't really look bad at all. But yeah, I don't know. Anyways, R34 Skyline, again, all opening parts and big door gaps. So, not sure. Anyways, going into Kiloworks, we've got a pre-order from them, Mercedes-AMG GT3 Purple Beast. And this one is from DTM. So there's that one. And then they also have this guy right here. So this is just a chrome version of the Mercedes-AMG GT3. And this is Malaya Hobby Shop exclusive. And I'm pretty sure this is just like celebrating their partnership with Malaya Hobby Shop. And I think this is going to release sometime in September at an event that they have there. So there it is. Also did have some stuff on display at these events. I really like their Audi R8s. I'm wanting to get my hands on some of them. They had the Boring Concept one release, and I actually did grab that, so hopefully that comes in soon. But yeah, their Audi R8s look really good so far. They've got some Lotus GT4s in the background. I need to pick those up as well. So yeah, lots of good stuff from Kiloworks. Mainly just like Audi, Mercedes. They do have some other stuff too, but there's that the Boring Concept one that I was talking about. This is released now, so it'll be interesting to look at. There's some more stuff, the Mercedes-AMG ones, some of the Mercedes-AMG GT3s. Pretty cool overall. More R8s over there. There's that Darwin Pro one up on the little stand. And they've also got a Darwin Pro RS6 right here as well. So that it looks very detailed too, so that was pretty cool. Getting into Tomica Limited Vintage, we've got a new round of pre-orders from them as well. So right here we've got the Nissan 180SX. These are both the 180SX. In fact, I think these are both the exact same car. So yeah, 180SX Type X 1997, one in silver and one in black. And then we've got this Nissan GTR 2025 model. This is like the last edition of the like R35, basically like the last model year, and this one is in midnight purple. Doesn't really look midnight purpley to me here, but I think it's just the photos. I've noticed that Tomica, their like pre-order and like initial photos that they put out a lot of times do not look good. Like, it's not an accurate representation of what the model is at all. So I always take these photos with like a big grain of salt. But anyways, there's that one. We've got a couple Lamborghinis here. So this is the Lamborghini Diablo SE 30. That's the green one. And then the yellow one is the Joda version of it. So a couple good little variants there. And then moving on, we've got two Chevrolet Astro vans. They're both in the Moon Eyes livery and obviously just different color schemes. These are pretty interesting. They look pretty good though. Up next, we've got a couple Daihatsu Midget 2s. The green one, I think these are both different, right? Okay, so the only difference between the two is the green one is apparently like a custom version, and then the white one is just like the regular version. They're both the... Actually, no, they are slightly different specs, I think. The green one's the Cargo R type custom, and then the white one is the Cargo D type. So, interesting little difference there. I don't know what the actual difference is between the two cars, but I do notice like the wheel on the front is different. Like the white one's got like an actual wheel, and the green one's got like the cover on it. So maybe has something to do with that. Not sure. The green one also has a painted front bumper too. But anyways, there's those. We've got these as well. So the one on the left is the Toyota Corolla Van DX in the Kani Doraku livery. It's like it looks like a like food delivery car, which is kind of neat. And then we've also got a police version too. So that's the same thing. Toyota Corolla Van DX patrol car, and yeah, it's in the police livery. So pretty cool there. We've also got this guy. This is a Nissan Type 680 truck, high deck flatbed in green. And then last but not least for Tomica Limited Vintage, I know a lot of people have been really excited for their military stuff. This is the M1A2 Abrams tank in NATO camouflage. So that's pretty cool. I don't know that I'm going to pick this up. I'm kind of tempted to. I'm not really like a... I don't collect like military vehicles and stuff, but I do think it's really cool. So I don't know. We'll see. These have to be expensive, right? I feel like these are not cheap models, but I don't know. We'll see. Moving on. Oh, this is actually Tomica as well. So Good Smile Racing is selling a bunch of models on their website. A bunch of Mercedes AMG GT3s, and apparently these are Tomica. I don't think they're in the limited vintage category. I think these might be Tomica premiums, but it's also hard to tell because like these are the photos that Good Smile Racing has on their website, and these kind of just look like renders to me. These don't look like actual photos of the models. So yeah, I'm not sure, but there is a bunch of them on Good Smile Racing's site if anybody is interested. So there's that. And then they also had some stuff on display at these events as well. I think they were at Thailand Diecast Expo and the Model Car Show. I think they were at both. And we did get to see some of their new Tomica custom work stuff, which was pretty cool. So they've got some Silvias and some NSXs, couple different colors of them. I don't really know how I feel. I'm kind of indifferent on this. This isn't really my cup of tea. To me, this feels kind of like Kaido House adjacent, which is fine. If Tomica wants to tap into that custom body kit market, that's fair. There's a lot of people out there that love this stuff. Not really for me though, but samples look pretty interesting. And then we've got a whole bunch of other stuff on display as well. These 400Rs in the background actually released recently too. I have both of them coming, and we'll take a look at those soon in a review, and I'm really excited for them. But yeah, lots of good stuff on display here. Some Alfa Romeos, Hondas, Nissans, just all of their typical stuff. I think some of this stuff is already released. I think some of it's on pre-order. Some of it might be like upcoming pre-orders as well. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. I like these Nissan trucks too, like the Nissan and Datsun trucks. So there's those. Some school buses, of course. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. Porsche 911s as well. And then here's some more stuff. I think these are just new. I don't think these are like their custom works or whatever. These are just new prototypes. But there's a Honda Integra Type R right here on the right. And then on the left, there's a Fairlady Z. And then just some more samples behind it as well. That Corolla van is the one that just went on pre-order. And these Land Cruisers also went on pre-order, I think, last month. So yeah, and then I think these are all event models. I know the Mitsubishi Lancer on the left side, this silver one, this Rally Art version. I know that was released at an event a while back. I don't know if it was last year, but for sure earlier this year. This was an event model, so I'm assuming these are both event models as well. This white Nissan and the WRX. So there's those, and here's some more close-ups of some of this stuff. So here's their custom works, Silvias and NSXs. They look pretty cool. I'm not a big fan of the wheels that they're using. Their wheels look kind of funky. And then they have opening doors on the Silvias too, which I don't really know why. Once again, back to the conversation of panel gaps. I don't think these panel gaps look very good on these, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly what this custom works line is supposed to be. I don't know if this is supposed to be like the same detail level as Tomica Limited Vintage, or if it's going to be like slightly under that. Kind of looking at them, it looks like it's going to be slightly under that, but we'll see. But anyways, here's more just kind of random stuff. I feel like this RX-8 has been out for a while. I feel like that's a pretty old model, but I'm not too sure. Some good stuff here, some Nissans. And then I think this is the last one I have. So there's that Ital Design GTR. Hey Fuse, what's going on? So yeah, all right, jumping into LCD. We've got a new pre-order for the Lamborghini Revuelto. There's 3 different colors. One in metallic green, one in blue Cepheus, and one in silver. These all look pretty good. I really like that metallic green one with the bronze wheels. I might pick that one up. I already have so many of these, though. I think I have like six of them, maybe more. Yeah, and they just keep releasing more colors of them, so definitely can't collect them all. Anyways, they've also got this guy right here. This is a Honda NSX NA1 in silver. Again, I don't know if this is a new pre-order or an old one, because I feel like this is a pretty old casting now. I don't think they've released a silver one, so maybe this is just like an upcoming release announcement. I don't know. These brands have been really weird lately about their pre-orders, but there is this one. They also did announce a pre-order for the Koenigsegg CC850 in white. This is kind of like the presentation spec, which is the one that I'm most excited for. It's got like the orange, like burnt orange interior. So this one's going to be really cool. We've also got these right here. So this is a collaboration with ZZMTM Models, which is a brand that I have never heard of, and I don't know who they are or what they are. So I'm assuming if they're collabing with LCD, they're probably legit, but I don't know. I know LCD has the Toyota licensing, so yeah, no idea who ZZ is though. But these right here are the GR Yaris RZ High Performance Edition 2024. Obviously 2 colors, white and gray. And then we've got these 3 right here, which are the GR Yaris Aero Performance Package Edition 2025 with the tail wing. So these are, from what I'm understanding, these are actually like Toyota specs, which is pretty cool. These actually look awesome. So 3 colors of this, white, gray, and black. And then they did have an event model for Thailand Diecast Expo. It was a Toyota Supra in chrome gold. So there's that. And then just some of their stuff from the events. Some Lamborghini Revueltos here. Paganis, of course. Everything looks pretty good. There wasn't a ton of new stuff shown off. I think this Toyota right here was new. I think this Police Acura has already been released, actually. So, but there's that. Ignition model up next. So, I forgot to look. One of these is an event model, and one of them is just a regular pre-order. I think the blue one is the event model, and I want to say that it's an upcoming event sometime this fall. I don't think this one is, like, current, but the white one, I believe, is just a regular pre-order. So, they're both 993s, though. Look pretty good. And then they were also at one of the events as well. We've seen both of these before, the black one and the orange one. In fact, I think the orange one was an exclusive. Actually, both of these were exclusive, I'm pretty sure. So there's those. And then they also had some samples out as well. They've got the Pink Pig, one in Martini livery, one in Jägermeister, it looks like, as well. And then they've also got this Valent one right here, which is really cool. And then some R34s, which look quite good. So yeah, ignition model, just doing ignition model things. Seems like they release stuff very, very slowly. But yeah, up next, we've got ATS models. I've been watching this brand for a while. We've been covering them for a while. I really like what they're doing. They seem to be doing some really cool stuff. So we've got this one right here. This is the Toyota GR Supra A90. And it's the Nur Red Hair version. I'm assuming this is like a Nürburgring spec of the Toyota Supra. I'm not exactly sure, but it does look really cool. So there's that one. Again, I don't know if these have already been on pre-order, but they did announce them again. I assume these are new. But 2 new colors for the Aston Martin DB12, one in Laguna Seca, and then one in Magneto Bronze. They both look pretty good. They also are going to be doing KTM Expos, which is something that the KTM Expo is something I've seen pop up a lot with unlicensed brands, which kind of does make me nervous. Hopefully these are legit. Not sure. Well, it seems like this is a collaboration model with whatever that Enzyme Impact. So yeah, Enzo Impact, which again is a brand I've never heard of, similar with the LCDs that we just looked at. But yeah, as long as they're legit, it's pretty cool. But anyways, I think we've already looked at these before, but I think we've got like the official pre-order out now. So Mazda RX-7 SC, one in cobalt blue metallic and one in metallic violet. So there's those. A couple new Supra colors, so one in silver and then one in matte silver blue. These castings look pretty good as well. I have high expectations for the Maserati MC12. So do I. I have no idea when it's coming out though, because I don't think there's been a pre-order for it. Also, good to see you. It's good to see you. You're always your comments are always like some of my favorite to read and digest. The BBR was a huge disappointment. Yeah, the BBRs weren't great. I like my BBRs, MC12s. As far as them just not being made by anybody else, they're definitely something I will keep. But yeah, like you said, I have high expectations and hopes for kind of like ATS as a brand in general. So we'll see what they do. But anyways, there's the Supras. We've also got some new Imprezas right here as well. I don't know if this is a pre-order announcement. They don't have like actual numbers or anything for them, or paints, colors, whatever. But yeah, they've also got a big collaboration going with Initial D. So they've got two new versions right here on pre-order. They look pretty good. I'm not a big Initial D fan. I've never seen any of it. I probably should. But yeah, these look pretty good. And I think they've sold some of these as like first releases at some of the more recent events too. So I think there's some of these floating around out there. But other than that, I don't think I've actually seen any ATS stuff get released yet. I don't think there's anything actually out, because I've been wanting to pick up their one of their Aston Martin DB5s because they look really good as well. But I haven't seen anything yet. So they've also got these Audi RS6 Avant GT, one in gray and one in black. These also look pretty good. Yeah, no complaints here. And I think that was it for ATS pre-orders. Yeah, and then they were also set up, again, this was either Thailand Diecast Expo or the Model Car Show Malaysia. I don't remember exactly which one, but they've got some cool stuff. Pretty much the same stuff we've been seeing for a while. I don't really see anything new. There's those KTM Expos in the background there. I think that's some of the new stuff. And then like all these prototype samples have just been prototype samples for quite a while. But yeah, there's the Supra. There's some Subaru Levorg, I believe that is. There's a Honda Civic, and then the Audi RS6. And then there's the MC12 and the MC20. It looks like somebody broke the mirrors off the MC12 actually. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I mean, their Maserati castings look pretty good so far, but it's also kind of hard to tell when they're in that like resin form. So hopefully at some point soon they will have some finished samples for us to look at. Hey, what's up, Chris? How's it going? Anyways, moving on. There's the Aston Martin DB5. Like I said, I really do want to get my hands on one of those. They look really good. And then they've also got that RS6 right there as well. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. Moving on, this is actually Greenlight. This is all I have from them, I believe. Yeah, that's all I have for them. This was, again, at one of these two events. I think this was the Model Car Show. And I am just like forever confused with Greenlight. Because like some of this stuff looks not bad, and then some of it is like pretty high level. Like you'll notice on the top right, there's this Toyota Crown Vic right here with like all opening parts. I guess I'm assuming that's one of the ones that's going to be made by the Motor Helix factory, right? But like some of this other stuff, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Greenlight. It seems like they've kind of ditched their like premium subline that they were promoting, and now they're just kind of like random. But I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. Like these R35s right here don't look like those don't look like Motor Helix quality to me. So yeah, I don't know. Greenlight's confusing. But anyways, we've got one thing for Kaio Show. They've got another one of these light up models. This one is a Moon Eyes R34 Skyline. Looks pretty good. I think this was an event for something somewhere, but I don't remember where. I think these have all been kind of like special launches for events. I'm not really into like the light up gimmick. It's cool. It'd be cool to have like one of, but I don't feel like I would want to collect all of these. But I know that the people that have gotten these light up ones have actually really liked them though, so that is a good thing. But moving on, we've got Hobby Japan. I actually think we're almost done. I don't think we've got too much more. The one on the left-hand side right here is a Subaru Impreza WRX Type RA STI version 4. And this is a 1998 model in Sonic Blue mica. And then the one on the right, that one's a Subaru Impreza WRX Type RA STI version 6, 1999 year model. So different years, slightly different spec, but pretty similar nonetheless. They look pretty good. I like Hobby Japan stuff for the most part. I don't think they do a great job with like their race cars, but I also don't have enough of them to say. But yeah, they're more stock things like this tend to be fairly decent. So there's those. They've also got some Mazda CX-5s on pre-order now. 5 different colors of it. I don't like the wheels on this. When I first saw that, I was like, man, those wheels look pretty terrible. Like, I don't think Hobby Japan did a very good job with the wheels on this. But then I was kind of like looking at it and I'm like, I think that's actually how the wheels on the real car are. And sure enough, that's just how they are. They just look like that. So I think I just don't like the wheels. I mean, the CX-5 is cool, but yeah, the wheels, I don't like the wheels on this one. And that's no fault of Hobby Japan. That's just kind of how it is. But anyways, there's those. We've also got some Honda Civics here as well. These are Mugen Type R's, the FK8s. There's one in blue, one in white, and one in red, and they actually look pretty cool. I actually dig these. I like this kit. So there's those. And then last but not least for Hobby Japan, we've got an initial D pre-order. So it's the Honda NSX, and yeah, it comes with like the blister art, and it says includes 2 diorama sheets, which are probably just paper, I assume. So yeah, pretty cool. Look Smart, I've got a couple new things for them. Some Ferraris. These are the 296 GT3s, and both of them are from the Macau GT Cup 2025. I feel like these are too expensive for what they are. If Diecast Connoisseur is still in here, I think he got some of their stuff in recently, so he can let us know if they're actually worth the price. But I feel like these are kind of just too expensive for what they are, especially since they're made by Spark, and Spark stuff is like half the price. So I don't know. Yeah, very pricey. I was looking at those the 499Ps because we haven't gotten any of those from anyone. And the only one that we've seen on pre-order from BBR was just like a customer race version of it. Not like an actual one from a real race. And I was like, maybe I should go grab some of those Look Smart ones. And then I got on and was looking, and I'm like, I don't think I can pay $40 for them. It just seems like a lot. They're nice, but maybe not. I feel like they should be. I don't know where Look Smart came up with their price for them, because like that's the thing. They're made by Spark. I think they have pretty similar quality to Spark, maybe a little bit better. But like, I just don't get where they came up with their $40 price tag. I guess Look Smart's more of like a niche brand, or not like niche brand, but like a more of a high-end brand as far as like their bigger scale stuff goes, and so maybe they just scaled their pricing accordingly, but they don't really fit into like the current 164 ecosystem very well. But anyways, there's those pre-orders. They've also got another F1 car, so this is the Ferrari HP F1 from 2026 British Grand Prix. This was the winter car. Should be 29 to 34. Yeah, that would be better. I don't know that I feel like $30 would be like a good middle ground for him. Yeah, I think you're right. And then last but not least, Spark. They have a Mazda 787B on pre-order. So if you want one without opening parts that doesn't have any of that extra fluff, this is probably a pretty decent one. And then I think this actually is the last slide I have. So this is the Haas VF from 2025 Japanese Grand Prix. And yep, that was the last thing. That was quite a bit. That was 150 slides worth of diecast to look at. So, and just like the past couple months, I will be posting the actual like VOD of the stream afterwards, and then also just be recording the videos, like the news videos, separately. So if you missed anything in the beginning of the live stream, you will be able to catch up later on. And I think, like I said at the beginning of the stream, I think we're getting another Mini GT pre-order tonight, maybe. We did get this one a couple days ago, so I'm not sure, but there will probably be some extra stuff in the actual news video that wasn't covered in the live stream, so definitely check it out just to see. But anyways, also, do you know when you'll be getting your Mini GT Porsche 911 Ruby Stone Red Collector Set? It has not released yet. I do have it pre-ordered. I'm assuming it's going to be probably, I don't know. When did it go on? Oh, excuse me. When did it go on pre-order? Like a few months ago, right? I'm assuming it's probably not going to be out for like another year. These box sets tend to take really long to release, so yeah, I have no idea. But it's definitely, I definitely don't think it's coming out anytime soon, though. I'm excited for it, though. But yeah, I think that is pretty much it. Mini GT has to accelerate their releases. I counted the number of prototypes, and there are 4 years of releases at the current pace. Yeah, that's kind of a scary thought. Does that account for like recolors too? Well, yeah, that was kind of the thing with Liberty Walk, right? So Mini GT felt like it was getting to a point where like half of the cars in just the prototypes. Wow. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Especially because they just have so many products going on. Liberty Walk was kind of juicing them, and luckily they kind of got away from that, like not being exclusive partners anymore. So I think that's a good thing. But like they've got the Fast and Furious, they've got the James Bond, they've got their IMSA line, which they neglect quite a lot. Yeah, they've just got a lot going on. But I feel like cutting Liberty Walk down did help them. But at the same time, then they decided to bring back like old Liberty Walk castings. So like I feel like that's not super helpful. Yeah, there's been no BBR either. And I heard that was because they were trying to get the brake details sorted out on those, because they're adding brake details pretty much on everything else that's going to be coming out. But it feels like it's been way too long. Yeah, so I should have mentioned that at the beginning of the live stream. I'll mention that in the news video. I forgot. Super GT is like canceled. Like Mini GT is not making Super GT anymore, at least for now. They said that I don't remember if they made a post about it, but it was being discussed on like social media and like the Facebook pages and stuff. I don't know if it's a licensing thing, because recently Spark announced that they were kind of like an exclusive Super GT partner. And so they've been starting to make the Super GT stuff. So I don't know if it was a licensing thing or if Mini GT just wanted to like get out of it so they had like room for all this other stuff. But yeah, I'm very sad that Mini GT cut Super GT. That was, I think that was my favorite racing line from Mini GT. Like some of the best race cars Mini GT made were the Super GT ones, in my opinion. So, and then Spark, like quality of Spark's race cars is kind of meh. Like they're not terrible, but they're also just way overpriced, and so like I'm not gonna be able to collect all the Super GT stuff because it's just too expensive, you know. So yeah, that was kind of lame. I feel like Spark needs to drop their prices. I think if they were around that like $15 mark, they would be much better. Like get rid of the acrylic packaging, do it how you've done with all your like Hong Kong releases with Tiny, just do the box stuff and drop your prices down. Cuz like they're not better than mini GTs in terms of like detail and stuff. I don't know why they think $20 to $25 is appropriate for their models. They used to be $9, like the Tiny Hong Kong collab ones, or like the regular releases, like the acrylic ones. I think they did too, but I know that there's still some stuff on pre-order. Like here, I'll try to find some I'll go to Tokyo Station. He probably has pre-orders. There's still some of that tiny stuff that's not released yet. Oh, my thing just froze. Nice. Okay, I don't know why Google froze on me, but that's lovely. I don't even know if we're still streaming right now. What the heck just happened? Sorry, I don't know if the stream is still going. My whole entire like YouTube Studio dashboard just like froze and went away, and now I don't know how to get back into it. View control room. It looks like it's still going. Yeah, I was trying to open up a a Google page and everything just froze on me. Looks like we're still here. Okay. I don't know what the heck just happened, but anyways, we'll go to Tokyo Station. Yeah, so they've got a bunch of stuff here. Have you seen the Spark Model US store? Yeah, they launched that not too long ago. I don't... Is it, like, actually up yet? Spark Models. Is it this right here? So, it's funny you bring that up because, a while back, I was kind of browsing around and I actually found a scam website for Spark. And it was like an online model store. So I'm assuming... Oh, it's probably this one right here. Yeah, I think this is their official store. So yeah, that'll be kind of cool. Hopefully their prices will be cheaper if they're selling direct to consumer, but I guess we'll see. I think some of the new Tarmac Works Shuko announced products are Spark models. I will have to see to confirm. Yes, Shuko is made by Spark. Like Shuko is basically Spark. It like if you get any Shuko models and if you look on the bottom, like the base, they actually say Spark on them. But anyways, I was trying to see some of these pre-orders that haven't come out that are still tiny collabs. There's one in particular that I'm remembering. I just need to see if Tokyo Station has it listed. They might not, actually. It was like a 2-car box set. It was a couple Porsches, but they were like movie cars from something. But yeah, now that you mention it, I actually don't think I've seen any tiny collabs go on pre-order for a while. I know this pink Porsche 944 came out recently. I'm trying to find this one part. Yeah, this right here. So like this hasn't been released yet. These were Top Gun models. So like there's still some tiny pre-orders that aren't out yet. I don't know how many are left. I think all these other ones have been released now though. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. I don't think Tokyo Station has everything listed, but yeah, I think that's about it for today. I think we pretty much covered everything. Like I said, I will be posting the VOD of the live stream and then also be doing the actual news video because I think there's some stuff dropping. Like a new Mini GT pre-order should be dropping this evening. So we'll probably post the regular news video on Monday, tomorrow, at some point. So anybody that's still here, I appreciate you tuning in and watching. It's always fun. I really enjoy doing this, so I hope you guys enjoy it as well. But yeah, that's about it for this one. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Thank you for joining in.